Alright, hey everyone. Okay, well, I still don't have a name for this show. I only got one comment suggesting a name, and you guys are letting me down. Come on. I need a name for the show, because honestly, I'm really tired of... Oh, by the way, this is my 30th video blog. I've hit the big 3-0. I feel so old. So old. So, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like the breaking mark. So, yay! So I've gotten to the 30th video blog, which is this. And so, you know, you guys have stuck around for 30 different videos, so thank you. Anyways, I didn't get a chance to call about the bunny today, so I'm gonna call tomorrow. Today's been a really crazy busy day. We've pretty much been filming all day long, so we got a bunch done today, so that was really cool. We did a scene in a big parking lot, and it was a scene where two people were getting mugged in the parking lot. And you know, okay, I've been stopped by cops during filming before. There was one point where I was filming, and there was a scene where I had to hit this other guy with my car, and I wasn't driving fast or nothing, but came up and hit the guy with a car, and it was at night, and it was in an abandoned parking lot. So as soon as it took like 3 takes. Like on the 3rd take, a cop pulled up, and he kind of came up. He's like, "Hey, what's going on?" I was like, "Well, we're doing a film, you know, blah blah blah." Told him it's a student film, which it wasn't. It's just so much easier getting, you know, people off my back if I'm like, it's a student film. They're like, "Oh, okay." Instead of explaining, "Okay, I'm a filmmaker, and this is what I do," blah blah blah. So I'm just like, it's a student film for college. Well, it would have been for high school, because I was in high school when I was doing this. So he's like, "Okay, just be careful." And he's like, "I'm going to be sitting over there at the end of the parking lot. I'm going to be meeting another police officer here in a little bit." It's like, okay. So, you know, we continued with the scene, kept looking over at him, and he's watching. You know, he's real cool about it. So I came around and hit the other character again with my car. Another cop comes up. Sirens blazing. Jumps out of his car, pulls his gun. "Don't move!" I'm like, whoa. I was about 16 or 17. And he's like, "Don't move!" And I was like, okay. I mean, he had his gun pointed straight at me. And because when I saw his lights come on, you know, I got out of my car, and he came up, started yelling at me. He's like, "Don't move, don't move." And he's like, "What do you think you're doing?" I was like, "Dude, we're just doing a film, a student film." And I was like, "I already talked to your friend over there, the cop over there." And he's like, "Well, do you have to do this during the night?" It's like, "Well, yes." "Why?" "Because the scene calls for it to be night." "Do you have to do it in this parking lot?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Why?" Because the scene calls for it to be done in a parking lot." "Okay, well, just be careful." Okay, thanks. So he got back in his car. I wish I would have got his badge number, because, yeah, you can't really do that unless you feel threatened. Police officers are not allowed to pull their weapon unless they feel threatened. And I don't believe my scrawny ass at the age of 16 in a little Dodge Shadow is going to threaten a full-grown police officer. Yeah. So, but anyways, okay, well, we were doing the scene in this big parking lot, and some lady is like, you know, probably about 100 feet away from us, and she walks up and just stops and watches us for a second, and she yells, "Are you guys gonna be leaving? Are you guys leaving soon?" And, you know, stop filming. I go, no. Why? She goes, are you leaving soon? It's like, no. Why? And she's like, well, there's a police officer right over there. I was like, okay. I was like, this is for a student film for college. It's our senior thesis. She's like, okay. It's like, shut up. I mean, the scene looked real. I mean, two guys were mugging my character and my wife. And this lady, I mean, if she thought that, you know, we were in trouble, way to go on just yelling if the muggers were going to be leaving soon. 2 thumbs up on that. Thanks for the help. But I mean, the cops around St. Peter's are pretty familiar with me filming in St. Peter's. I mean, they kind of leave me alone. I've gotten stopped quite a few times by police officers. So unless they're like really young kids that have never, you know, ran into me, then they'll stop and act all badass and you know, try and be dominating and crap. But I mean, the ones that have seen me, they know who I am, they know that I'm making a film, and they leave me alone. I guess like this lady had called the police, and they kind of came around and did a circle and just left. And I mean, they're not stupid. They know. I mean, if you see a big camera and, you know, some crap out there, it's not gonna be real. I mean, it'd be different if, you know, somebody's getting mugged and screaming at the top of their lungs, and this lady came over, are you gonna be leaving soon? Yeah. Thank you. Anyways. Okay, so, like I promised, I talked to that I was going to do a couple of my poems that I wrote. This right here is my my award, and I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Can you read that? How about now? It says New Millennium Calendar Contest winner. And my poem was put in a calendar. And everything, but yep, this is my award. It's a big star with a clock in the middle. This is my award. It's very cool. Oh, I'll show you my other mail. I have mail. I never showed you guys this, but I wanted to show you. This right here, this is my my award for the St. Louis Film Festival, and it's really cool. I was like freaking out the day that I got this. One of my films called Fighting Dreams won 3rd place, 2004. Right there. Can you read that? It says 2004 St. Louis Student Film Festival, 3rd place, College Entertainment. But yeah, that's one of them. My other ones are upstairs in my room, packed away right now. But yeah, this is one of my awards for the St. Louis Film Fest and everything, so it's very cool. Okay, to the poems. I'm gonna read you the one that I won the calendar contest with, and this is about hemophilia. I wrote this in 1999. I was in 10th grade in high school, and wrote it in 1999. And this is the one that I won the calendar contest on. It's all laminated. I'll get the calendar that it's put in another video blog, because it's upstairs in a safe right now. So, okay, ready? It is called A Walk in My Shoes. When I was younger, I got the rough end. A lot of people picked on me and I never had a friend. But as I started to grow, inside and out, I knew I was different. There was no doubt. People would laugh and point as I crippled away, but in a small voice, I heard them all say, "That kid isn't hurt. He's just a big fake. I bet you nowhere in his body does he have an ache." I would think to myself as I crippled away, how much I would love just to turn and say, "I would love to see you spend a day in my shoes. Every day you have to go through another new bruise. But I've grown up, and I see it's not as hard, because every now and then I get dealt a new card. I go to school on days when I feel that I can. That's only when I don't feel like an 80-year-old man. Sometimes I feel I can't go on anymore. I want to just give up and walk straight out that door. I need to be careful every single day. People don't understand how much I have to pay. I would hate for someone to walk in my shoes, because I know in my heart that person would lose. I was given the strength to face life with these blues, but I would give anything for a new pair of shoes. That's that poem. I think I have something in my eyeball. It's my finger. Alright, I'll read you one more. Maybe two more. I like this one. It's called Stalked by Me. Have you ever looked in the rearview mirror to find a shadow that is very queer? You squint so very hard into the night until you take notice that there's a small light. You drive and you drive until you can't drive no more. You stop and you realize the man is opening the door. He reaches in and grabs your hair. He grabs your shirt and begins to tear. You kick and you push, but he pins you to the ground. He raises his fists. He begins to pound. There's nothing you can do but to just wait. You knew in the beginning it was just too late. You feel the gun straight up against your head, and then you realize you might be dead. I heard that shot, a thundering sound. Next thing I knew, people were all around. I laid my head down and closed my eyes. In a gentle whisper, I kissed my goodbyes. I opened my eyes and I thought I was dead. A man stood next to me, and in these words he said, I was on that same road that lonely night. I stopped my car because I heard a fight. I saw you lying on the ground, so I ran up to the man and jumped on him like a hound. I got the gun from his tight hold. I pointed and shot. I've never felt that cold. He lied there dead. I dropped the gun. It was wrong to kill, so everyone said. I looked at her and she stared at me. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked at her and she started to cry. She took hold of my hand and said, thank you for killing that guy. But there was something that you must see. You not only saved my life, but the baby inside of me. Like, I haven't read that in a long time. It gave me chills. Okay, I have two more, and then I'll let you go. This one is called Jesus, Why Me? Okay, here we go. Sometimes I ask you, Jesus, why did you pick me? You picked this body, Lord. My soul fights to flee. I know you did this and put me on this land, but you picked me, God. That is what you planned? I look at other kids and wonder in my mind, why don't they have it as hard? You've put me in such a bind. Jesus, why me to do this too? Why was I the chosen one? I want to just stop now and turn around and run. Even though that isn't possible, I want to end this game. I want to leave this hell behind and return to where I came. I don't really understand why you have put me here. Staying on the earth is mostly what I fear. I finally came to my senses and understand your plan. I'm not standing on this earth to be a non-Christian. So you laugh and point now because I'm a true believer? But when the day comes, I'll be glad I was the receiver. My soul will leave this body behind, and to the gates of heaven is what I will find. I won't have to go through the pain and the suffer. That will be it. I'll have no more to offer. You have given me this gift, Lord, to write feelings about you. You have given me the power of words. My love for you is true. Every morning when I wake up, I can feel your warm hands. They're resting on my shoulders, for you're the only one who understands. And when I step out of my house, I can feel what was given. I can feel to me what was given. The wind that is sent from you, I know it's the breath of heaven. I'm not afraid of the storms that blow, because I know that God will follow. When it's my time, I'll go meet my Creator. There's nothing I can do. His power is much greater. I won't be afraid, because He is in my heart. When I step up to Him, we'll no longer be apart. I ask you this now, Lord, while I spend my time here. Let my journey be safe, let nothing happen I fear. So I write this poem for you, Lord, as I lay in bed. As in bed I lay. So I write this poem for you, Lord, as in bed I lay. I thank you for all my blessings. In Jesus' name I pray. I don't have a date either. Okay, and I have one more. And then I will be finished. Okay, this is called To Be Free. Ever since I was born, I wanted to be free. I was born a hemophiliac. I was the one to be. Jesus gave me the will to fight and to be strong. I was sent down to earth, where I felt I didn't belong. When I was a small child, I wanted to go out and play. My parents didn't resist at all. Be careful and watch yourself, they would say. The next day came, and I was stuck in bed. I couldn't go out that day, because inside my knee I bled. When I hit my teen years, it got twice as hard. People would laugh and call me names. Those were the things that scarred. I've learned to deal with what I've got, but sometimes I feel my life's in a knot. Why was I cursed with this life of mine? With this pain, this torture? My life's surely not a straight line. I remember to this day, my friends and I were outside. I had fallen off the swing, and that was the end of my ride. But now that I'm older, I look at it a different way. My soul is in a body, and only my body has to pay. When my time has come, my body will be no more. I will leave this pain and torture behind, and to heaven I will soar. While I spend my time on earth, I will see everything that I can see. But when all things come down to it, I would much rather be free. The end. By Drewskiwolf. So those were just a few of Drew's poems. I have a few more, but I will kind of touch base on that next time. If you're just now tuning in, that was like the first time I've actually read my poems to like public like this. If you're just now tuning in, I mainly talk about like hemophilia. That is one of my biggest topics that I talk about, and you know, just mainly about life in general. So you know, if you like what you saw and everything, there's an orange subscribe button right up there. Go ahead and click that, and you get my videos. And you know, again, I'm really looking for everybody to let me know what they think I should name my show. So let me know. To all my old subscribers, thank you guys again. You guys are awesome, very supportive. All my new subscribers, hello. My name is Drew. Glad to see you guys are watching. So, yeah, please comment on my videos. And please rate. There's 5 stars right down there. Right on the, click that 5th star. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, well, that's my time for the night. Everybody have a great night. Be safe, have fun, and I will talk to all of you soon. Alright, good night everyone.